What is up, chocolatiers? Just got home from watching The Naked Gun. And that movie was good. That movie was good. You know, I got a lot of hate, like most reviewers I noticed, for thinking Happy Gilmore 2 was just kind of okay. And, you know, most people kept being like, it's supposed to be dumb, it's supposed to be stupid, this, that. And it's like, there's a difference. And this was the difference. After watching this, I was like, yeah, that's how it should be. It was dumb, it was funny, but guess what? The jokes landed. Guess what? There are a couple cameos in this movie, but they landed because they're only a cup. Like, there's like one big one at the end. And it worked because you don't see that coming. It was very random. That's how a cameo is supposed to be. Not some random basketball player and singer every 30 seconds. But this ain't about that movie. Like, Naked Gun is so good because of its randomness, because of Liam Neeson. Like, for example, you saw in the trailer, like, the man's laughter joke or whatever. And, you know, you got a couple of those big jokes like that that kind of, you know, stand out in the trailer. But at the same time, all these trailers were all the jokes in the trailers were kind of setups that I noticed. So, for example, that man's laughter, it goes into something very funny, and then watching body cam footage of something hilarious. And I've just never experienced a theater outside of when I was younger. I think I remember Paul Blart Mall Cop, and I remember Grown Ups 2 in a theater. And that was about the last times I remember an audience laughing this loud. There were people cracking up. I will say this, and this is no diss in the movie because I loved it, but this is definitely for that middle to older generation, because there was some stupid ass kids, I'm telling you, I was wanting to beat their ass, at the very top row, and the jokes weren't hitting for them because it's not their type of humor, you know, when that TikTok. And so, like, they were like trying to like goofily laugh out loud, but you could tell it was like made up or whatever, and they ended up just getting up and leaving. So I will say that, and that's actually what helps the movie even more. They don't give a This is 100% like old school comedy, like an Airplane, like the original Naked Guns. This is how it's supposed to be done, and I loved it. So with that, like, subscribe for the full review.